All left.
We're doing sleeve tattoos today.
Yeah. You got to look at your titling of things when you're sending it.
Yeah, I just got this email. It's just sleeve tattoos. There's almost no
It's not really
sleeves.
a sleeve in here, so
There's
oh
some,
well.
There's some tattoos in here.
Just shows how much we're paying attention.
Half of that title is correct.
Yeah,
to be
you're
fair.
not right. There's tattoos here.
I was close.
Yep. All right, so first up. Hey, Remy. Here are my Japanese tattoos. I'm working on a bodysuit currently, finishing my left arm and on my chest. There's a Hanya, Ani, and my shoulder, and Tengu on my bicep. The Hanya, Tengu, and background were done by Shannon Norden. The Ani on the shoulder was not done by that artist. There's no editing on the photos, just lighting and a nice camera. All right, so.
Yeah, it makes a difference, though. Yeah,
the chest here.
Here's a good thing to note. Like Japanese bodysuits, people really like Japanese bodysuits. I really like Japanese bodysuits.
I do too.
I think they all have to be done by one person.
Yeah, I mean, that would be ideal.
Like you can't
Definitely.
cobble this shit together.
Yeah.
Like this is, unfortunately, like it's the kind of thing you just have to be dedicated to one guy with one vision. Because like no one else is going to match this exact thing very well.
Yeah.
And this is really nice, but like someone else will do a really nice one like this, but it won't be the same.
You know, and the thing is, like, so let's look at the one that's not done by him. So it's this one.
Yeah. It's still not bad,
Still not bad.
but different.
Definitely different.
Different approach.
Like, do you think that... I mean, pretty reasonable. Like, hopefully he can kind of go into it a little bit and change whatever he needs to make it kind of tie together a little bit more, but it's pretty damn close.
These are the kinds of things that if you're an anxious person should give you anxiety, because what if the tattoo master that you're going to see just dies
Yeah, really.
at some point?
Yeah, it does happen.
And then you get some fucking shitlord to take over the project and he fucks it all up on you.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like it's like, hey, I did some Japanese back in 92.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll bring you in and we'll fucking do a full
Sit
day.
down and I'll get to it.
And then all of a sudden you're in forever trying to match that. And
Yeah.
that would be my biggest concern with a Japanese bodysuit is like, what if the guy dies?
I mean, that's fair. Then you try and find a Rick or something to take it over, but you're also running the risk that he dies.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's it. Like, it's tough because like there's a lot of styles that can be matched, but like I feel like Japanese traditional is a tough one.
Yeah, I
you
would
can
agree.
either do it well or like it's
Or
not,
you don't. Yeah. It's like
Just
a
don't fuck with it.
fine line, if you will, you know?
Yeah, but it has the potential to be really, really cool. I really like these ones.
So, I mean, there's a distinct lack of frogs in this, though, so I think that would be my recommendation.
I'm
to keep
sure there's a
going in the
frog
next
coming
direction.
down the pike.
Yeah, like
You
if
know?
it's a bodysuit, there better be a giant frog in this at some
Oh, I
point.
was actually planning the frog for the center of my chest.
Yeah, that'd be
Just a
great.
frog face.
Yeah, just one frog.
There's gonna
Or
be
a
at
frog
least-
back piece.
There's a lot of frogs in Japanese tattooing. So, like that one guy, we still haven't got to yet. We're going to. Don't get me wrong.
Spoiler.
Fucking 10 frogs, dude.
Nice.
Like 10, and they're
Yeah.
all distinct. Like, God, I couldn't draw 5 separate frogs. It would just be one frog. Here he is. He's got a smiley face. Now he's sticking his tongue out.
Yeah.
Now he's eating a bug. Now he's hopping around, you know.
I mean, you could
As I'm
make those
talking,
as-
I'm like, wait a minute. There's a lot of ways you can do a frog.
yeah, like you're describing. I couldn't do 5. I'm just describing 5.
Yeah, I could do more than 5 easily.
Okay, well
But,
that's good. Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
get
this
some
a lot.
fucking frogs in here. That'd
Yep.
be my lesson of the day.
I would agree, but I like it. It's pretty cool. All right, next up. Hi, Remy. Love your channel. Here is the latest tattoo. Please viciously criticize it. Thank you. No problem. We can
Well, this
certainly
has
do
become
that.
a roast channel.
Yeah, I know, right?
It really wasn't the plan.
No.
It just
But
kind of
hey, we're here.
organically.
Yeah.
His tongue looks kind of. No, is that his tongue? What is
Yeah.
that? Is that a tooth or a tongue?
Tongue's back here. I think that's tooth.
That's a really weirdly long tooth.
He's got some big teeth.
I was like, fuck, that's either a small tongue or a long tooth.
Yep. it's kind of both.
This almost needs a video, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like,
yeah,
what
get
the hell's
wrap
going
around
on
kinda
the
thing.
other side?
I mean, like, you know, he wants us to roast it, but I like it.
I like it too. I like the choice of leaving the eyes negative.
Yeah.
It's a bold decision.
Yep.
Everything else is pretty heavy, so it's
I would have
something-
still like tried to 3D him up a little bit. The eyes, they all of a sudden are really flat.
You could have done like a little bit of shadowing around the edges of them.
Well, also like they did white around the outside of it, whereas you need to kind of get like white to show where the rounding it would be, right? Like you have to still place like 'cause
No,
he's
I
done
know
it
what
in
you
the
mean.
they've done that in the teeth. Like you have this point of light happening in the teeth. They've done it in the nose. They just decided to bail on it in the
But
eyes.
that being said, like if you don't really know, like maybe leave it for another day.
yeah, I
You
guess.
know what I mean? Well, because like you're gonna have a hard time bringing it back to this.
Yeah.
So like maybe just look at it for a minute and go, oh, I could have done more with the eyes.
Yeah.
Because like that, you can't take that back. Or
Yeah.
at least it's gonna be difficult to.
Yeah, because I mean, it's just they've done it everywhere else.
Oddly
So,
enough,
may
I
as well
kind of
have
want
done
to see a little bit of color in him.
Yeah?
Like maybe in his mouth, like do a little bit of red.
it. I mean, some of that spit could be blood, and that would be really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, there's
You know
just
what I
a
mean?
few more liberties I think can be taken here, and I actually think you could build this into a sleeve because of the
Oh, easily,
backgrounds
yeah.
added into it.
Yeah,
Like all of a sudden you have 3 of these guys and you've got an arm.
yeah. Great job dancing around the elbow too.
Yeah, placement is pretty good on this.
Yep.
Yeah, I
mean,
like it.
he
Took the
wants
whole
us to shit on
forearm.
it, but I can't really do too much.
I think maybe he was teasing like, hey, you're not going to have much to say about this.
Yeah, you think so?
Maybe. Because I don't know if you send it that arrogantly like that.
I mean, if you do, I'm impressed with you.
I don't think there's that much to say bad about it.
Yeah, I like it. I'd like to see the next piece.
Yeah, me too.
All right, next up,
It's another pretty cool one.
little zombie.
It's a little too much on the negative space for me. I would have done a little more shading in the helmet.
How do you feel about the peppered shading black? You see this? Where it's dotted in black like that? So you have it like, it's dark, but it's not going to be black.
Yeah, I think it's going to soften up a bit too.
Yeah.
So it's going to be pretty soft
Like,
overall.
that's the only thing, like, when I see these guys doing the, like, only 3-liner or whatever, it's like, yeah, I get it, but, like, at the same time,
They're
like,
leaving a lot on the table there.
as an option, yeah.
Yeah, because there's only so much depth that can be achieved with this.
Yeah, and there's only so much saturation before you're going to be beating up the skin too much to actually get it, like, solid.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I would have just... I know they really don't want to do the dot to the whole thing, but just even at the end, just for the sake of the tattoo.
Yeah.
You can still say you dotted the whole thing, but, like, just get in there with a mag for 2 seconds and fucking darken
yeah, just
that.
give it a little 1-2, you know?
I know I'm probably going against someone's religion here or something,
Yeah.
but it just would make the tattoo nicer, and someone has to live with this forever, not just your ego. You know what I mean?
Is this a vegan zombie? This is totally
I
a
believe
vegan
he
zombie.
is.
All right.
Like, I
I
don't
like
know
that.
what he's eating. Hey, did you ever hear about that book? The Tender is the Flesh?
No.
It's like
That sounds like a romance novel.
It's not.
Okay.
It's like human meat is the only thing left on the table to eat. So the government is like creating people that aren't people, and they're eating them. And
What?
then,
What?
yeah,
What?
it's really weird. I think they're making a TV series out of it.
Oh,
'Cause It
great.
was such a kind of huge deal book.
Really?
Yeah, Sarah just read it. She
Well.
was like, it's really friggin' weird.
I don't doubt that. That sounds weird.
Yeah. Anyway, in that book, there's still vegetables around to be eaten, but
We're just
people
getting
would rather eat each other than the vegetables.
I mean, I get it.
Because that was my first thought. I'm like, wouldn't they just go vegan or vegetarian?
I mean,
Apparently not.
yeah, no, maybe
They'd
it's
rather eat dead.
maybe it's really tasty. Who knows?
It is. Apparently, they made it really tasty.
In the thing.
In the book, it's like population control enforced by the government,
Jesus.
but they don't want to say that.
Oh yeah.
Right.
It's just a nice food.
Anyway, weird thought of the day.
Yeah. So this is what where we're going.
This is where we're going.
Good job. All right. Last but not least, my girlfriend
Big
did
pile of
this.
nonsense.
My girlfriend did this centipede from Tokyo Ghoul and Avatar tattoos. What do you guys think? Any tips?
I don't know anything about Avatar. I tried watching Tokyo Ghoul with Sarah once because she liked that, but I found it, I don't know. I couldn't get into it. Maybe it's just past my time or before me, or I don't know. Not before me. Maybe it's just too youthful for me.
That's fair.
I don't know what it is. My recommendation is if you're going to keep any of this stuff, it all needs to be reworked and fixed up.
Yeah.
It's not saturated.
Yeah.
I'd just say cover it up. You don't necessarily need to black that out, but I would think go way bigger. Make a cooler centipede. Like a big centipede that wraps around the whole arm.
Yep.
Just engulfs that little puny one. Almost like it's not there, you know?
Well, I think this is just like she's practicing and she wants to know if like she's doing a good job.
Wow.
Like I don't think he's covering anything.
Well, he should be.
Unless there's some
She
sort of
should cover it up
separation
for
involved.
him once she gets better.
Oh, I'm sure
You know
that
what I
would
mean?
happen. Yeah.
'Cause,
Like I
like-
mean, personally, I would like if you're just experimenting at home, like this
Do it
is
on
not
his
the.
leg, not his arm.
That's kind of what I was gonna say. Like, man, don't put this all out that way. It's not like it's the worst thing in the world. Like I've seen way worse tattoos come through here.
Oh yeah,
and have to
definitely.
get covered up, kind of thing. But like, you know, she is experimenting and trying, and like that type of thing kind of should go with your leg, man.
Yep. Legs are made for that.
Yeah,
And
'cause,
then you
like,
don't
really-
have to show those off every day.
really, I mean, it looks like she's got problems saturating, and I think that's just kind of like you know,
Lines
par
are
for the
questionable
course.
too, but not as bad as saturation.
Yeah, all this is like par for the course for learning, and like that's gonna come down to a lot of different factors. She has to get used to feeling the skin and getting a different result, and it's gonna come with time. Like,
Can you imagine she leaves this guy and all of a sudden he's just full of these terrible tattoos?
well, then he's gonna be on our blackout series.
Yeah. Oh, that's what happens.
Yeah.
That's a lot of the time where these blackouts come from.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like it's like, oh, my girlfriend did all this crap and then she left me. Or like there are stories like that.
Oh yeah.
Like I've heard so many stories of like my partner tattooed his name on me and now I'm getting it blacked out because I can't stand looking at it.
Yeah.
Like that shit is so common with blackouts.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Never get someone's name
No.
if you don't know that already.
Fuck.
Please.
People ask me if I've got any tattoos for like Sarah. We had matching typo negative tattoos.
Oh yeah.
Like the logo. She's still got hers. Mine's long gone.
I mean, to be fair, she has now got almost a blackout arm, so you kind of have the same tattoos.
Yeah,
You got some
similar.
matching areas, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I'll ever get like anything with anyone's
Yeah. it's-
name necessarily.
yeah.
I had my son's name on my arm. I blacked that out too. People like, well, you can black out your own son's name. It's like, I think you're misunderstanding these things.
Yeah. It
Right?
seems.
This is just natural progression. Same as this will be one day.
Yep.
No, I really think that most of these little things that you do on your arm like this, they're either going to get covered up or blacked out.
Yeah, you evolve, you know. Go into a new
But-
path.
Yeah, if you just want tips on the tattoos, it's clear as day the saturation is the biggest problem. Mm-hmm. But
Yep.
I don't know.
I
Do
think
it on someone's leg, please, though.
Yeah, and I think the thing is like we could try and explain how to do that, but that's like there's so many different factors, and it's hard to know what she's doing.
You'd need to see it almost.
Exactly.
Hands on. You need to be right there.
Yeah, that's one of the
Hard
reasons
to
for
give advice from afar.
yeah, it's one of the reasons for an apprenticeship.
Yeah.
You need to have real time feedback if possible.
Do you think that like the YouTube tattoo school thing that's on the rise is going to miss a lot? Because like
Yeah.
you can't correct a person's method from
of course.
afar.
I mean, that's like when I used to teach guitar. Like people would always say that, oh, I can learn online. And it's like, yeah, except for you're a different human. They're preaching to general population.
Well, you see that a
You
lot.
have your own things.
Because like we were gonna get Ivan guitar lessons, we probably still will. But like they're pretty expensive.
Yeah.
It's like, oh well, you can learn on YouTube. It's like, can he though?
I mean, I've seen a lot of people do that, but eventually they end up wanting to go to lessons because, like, you
Even
can
just for a little while.
yeah
Get you going.
You can pick up a lot of bad habits, and unless there's someone in the room to know that it's a bad habit, you just keep walking down that path.
Yeah. It's the same thing with like bad form.
Yep. Yeah,
with
yeah,
working
exactly.
out, right?
Yep.
How the fuck do you know what you're doing?
Yeah, you
wrong?
can get strong in bad form, but then break yourself later, and that's kind of the same thing that can happen in this.
But it's really hard to really realize you're doing something
Exactly.
wrong on
Yep.
your own.
Oh yeah, you're too focused on too many other things.
So yeah, I would say get into a shop or something.
And maybe switch to the leg.
You switch to the leg
That's the route I'd go.
for sure.